Hey folks, today's episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2022, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for wireless? Switching over to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you maximize your savings with plans starting at just $15 a month. You could be saving, like in some cases, like 90% off what other traditional providers are offering. I mean, my cell phone bill is a lot more than $15 a month, I assure you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts when you switch over. With Mint Mobile, you can choose the amount of monthly data that's right for you and stop paying for data that you never use. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, get shipped in a little envelope. It's a card. That's how that works. Go to mintmobile.com/tire. That's mintmobile.com/tire. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/tire. And of course, if you ever wonder what those awesome sunglasses are that me and Zach are wearing in every single video, with the matte lenses in all different colors, different frame styles, whether it's aviators or Wayfarer style, wraparound style, there's a style for every lifestyle, a style for every activity, and a color of lens for every wardrobe. That's DylanOptics.com. Or better, if you want to help us and help yourself, by going to thesmokingtire.com and clicking on that Dylan banner. When you build your sunglasses and order them, we will send you a free Smoking Tire t-shirt for supporting the people who support our show. The NIR lens technology means you get less glare. It's like looking at like HD life. Like they're sharp, they're clear, they're tough. I beat the crap out of my Dylan Optics and they last a really long time. And they are just all around very, very high-end, great sunglasses. Plus, they immediately look different from all other types of sunglasses on the market because of that matte finish lens, which is exclusive to Dylan Optics. So go to thesmokingtire.com, click on the Dylan banner on our website under the Partners tab, and we'll send you a free t-shirt when you buy a pair of Dylan Optics glasses. Okay, folks, on this episode, our friend Reggie Watts is back in studio. We are talking about all different kinds of weird stuff today. We go on a weird tangent about mini-disc players and strange forms of audio. We talk about his other dream cars, if he couldn't have his Porsches, and what's going on in the local LA car community. Reggie Watts, the legend, is on the Smoking Tire podcast. Testing mic.
1 2.
Reggie
Are you
Watts.
feeling it?
I'm feeling free. Are you feeling free?
I am. I needed it though. I was really, I don't know what it was. I just got really tired today and I was like, you know what? I know exactly when I'm going to hit that.
Beat.
Crazy.
All day.
Really?
Was it carbs or was it just Monday?
I think it could be Monday.
Case of the Mondays.
I think it could be actual Mondays because I felt fine at the beginning of the day. It's cool.
I was on something about, you've been to the Peterson, I imagine, right? Many times. Something about being on that roof deck of the Peterson. I cook like I'm under one of those fucking red restaurants.
Oh, you're getting sun from the ground.
Yeah,
and
it's like
the
reflecting.
Sky. Yeah, 100%
I went to this Ferrari thing at the Peterson yesterday.
Yeah.
There were lots of Ferraris. Shocking.
Yeah.
But it was like just beaming on us. I feel like it took a lot of.
Oh, it was on the roof. I don't think I've been to the roof.
It's just like you just go in the parking garage and keep going up.
Oh, gotcha. It's just, yeah.
It's out there.
Sheesh.
That
so
orange
red.
Daytona was excellent. Something about orange on a Daytona really does it for me.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was a good time. If you and it was all the Ferrari people. I like to take pictures of the non-reds whenever possible.
Good.
The non-reds
I agree.
are good.
I think a non-red Ferrari is the classiest.
That one
Ferrari.
is the jam. That's a 250 GT Zagato, one of 5.
Oh.
When Ferrari only makes 5 of something, you know that shit is bank.
Oh.
That's probably 20 $20 million.
God damn it, that's a gorgeous
Right?
car.
You like hard to process numbers like that. For
Next
a
to one
car,
of my
but-
favorites, dark blue 550 with tan interior.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's an excellent car too. Not $20 million.
Nope, I
which
don't
is
care.
actually the best part about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's less than 20 million, I'm more excited about it.
Yeah.
Damn.
That thing, that Zagato. Do you know about Zagato? Zagato's a coach builder in Italy.
Yeah.
And they take existing cars and restyle them in sort of this avant-garde thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they did it a bunch back in the day. Their most famous car was an Aston Martin DB4 Zagato that's incredibly beautiful. And they still do it today. There are modern, you can get modern Zagato restyles too,
Wow.
like to brand new today.
Of like any car?
Not any car.
Certain cars, yeah.
Like certain cars. Like Aston Martin sells a Zagato variant from the factory. Like,
wow.
like you could order it at a dealership. Ferrari has a couple little one-offs. That one right there. Go down, Zach.
Why did it do
I don't know what happened. They can build cars. They can't build a website. So the one on the right there is what you get a brand new Aston Martin Zagato, and the one on the left. That one on the left. It started out as like the James Bond Aston Martin. So can you picture that?
Yes.
So they've sort of
I see.
sexed it up
Yeah.
even more than Mr. Bond has.
Yeah, it's a little more aggressive.
Yeah. And the one on the left, they made not a lot of them, maybe 100, I think less, and those are like $15 million.
Jesus.
But they sexy. They look good.
They is sexy.
So there's a couple different like styling houses that can do that kind of shit. Bertone.
Oh yeah, Bertone.
Yeah.
Pininfarina.
Pininfarina, exactly. And Zagato is one as well.
Gotcha. And then there's kind of like in-house, right? Like BMW, like M, right?
Well,
It's
that's like
an
a
in-house
performance division.
Performance division,
Right.
Gotcha.
These
Okay,
are
gotcha.
these are separate companies.
I see.
That that sometimes these companies design like other shit. Like
Oh, right.
Pininfarina.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know the fucking machine that where you make your own Coke flavor?
Yeah.
Pininfarina
Really?
styled that. There's a little Pininfarina badge on that shit.
Oh my gosh, that's so
And they
busy.
do like razor blades and sometimes like watches and furniture,
Yeah,
like
right,
industrial
right.
design type stuff.
I love that. I
It's
love
crazy.
that they'll just like do whatever they want.
Money's money, bro.
Sick. Yeah, I love it.
If you only got made money doing like cars they made 5 of, like you'd be out of business pretty quick.
Man.
Reggie, have you ever been to Art Center in Pasadena?
No, no, I don't think so. I don't
Oh
think so.
man, you would love that place. I mean, that's like
Really?
one of the best design schools in the world.
Really?
Definitely in the country.
Yeah.
And once a year, I think they have like a car show in October.
Yeah.
But if you walk through there, it's just industrial design, transportation design, just any kind of design school is in there. So people making like foam cars, and then people are making pencils and all. It's really interesting.
When you have to design like a car, like if you're a graduate student or a senior there, you would design like a whole car, exterior, interior, and you have to build a model like this big, and they're crazy looking.
Oh my gosh.
And they're really fucking cool. A couple of graduates have tried to like give me their models to display here, but they're enormous and I can't fit them anywhere.
Gotcha.
it's great.
I don't know if there's anything.
What's the name of it?
Art Center.
Oh, Art
It's
Center.
called Art Center. It's in Pasadena.
That's beautiful.
Really cool spot. See, like there's a student like fucking spraying a model. It's neat, right?
I find that place inspiring. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I can't do any of this, but I'm really glad people can.
But if you ever
Art Center, College of Design.
yeah, if you ever find yourself in Italy, all of those design houses have like tours and stuff, and you can
wow.
go check out what they're doing.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Porsche kind of does a little bit of that, kind of. They have like Porsche bottle openers, and is that
The
same
Porsche
thing?
Design.
Yeah,
so
Porsche Design.
Porsche Design is like kind of a separate company that's sort of linked in certain ways.
Yeah.
And they make other shit. Yours
Yeah.
the bong.
No.
This is a Porsche Design bong.
No.
Yes. And
I'm
it's
getting
not.
it.
It's like it's fucking bong. It's more like a hookah than a bong because it has a hose.
I'm getting
And I
it.
think you probably draw the line between bong and
It's called the
hookah.
2.1 shisha.
Look at the price, bro.
Oh.
1,500 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
It's like 2 G's. But it's a bong. It's straight. You can see. Look at the screen has the PD.
Porsche.
The PD in it.
Porsche Design.
Yeah.
You will love our smoke distribution with our Porsche Design.
They should.
The feedback
at the next
through the
press
hulls
launch,
is
they should
impressive.
have that for demonstration.
Totally.
This is a lead follow session, but puff pass, buddy.
Totally. Watch it. This thing really turns in, man.
I lost my shit when I first saw the Porsche Design bong. I was
mean,
like,
it's-
"You gotta be," because the Germans like, really?
Yeah, of
You know?
course. Of course, shisha though. I love that. They just like went straight
They still
in.
have to call it
They
a
went
water
straight in.
pipe.
Yes, of course. Of course. They have a regular pipe too, right? Didn't they have a?
They probably do.
Wasn't there
yeah.
like a tobacco pipe?
Probably.
That's something that I used to
pipe.
do. I used to smoke pipe with tobacco.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did we talk about this?
Liked it for
I
a
think we
second.
did.
Maybe
Smells
we did.
delicious.
If
They
you're-
do. They smell so great.
If you're around someone smoking it, you're like, oh, why don't I do that? That's
I
fucking
know.
great.
I know.
How long did it last, though?
Year, maybe.
Yeah.
It was more just like
Oh,
to try it. Oh, yeah, there we
That
go.
is definitely a Porsche
Oh,
design
my
pipe.
God.
Yeah, bro. Look at that fucking thing.
Look at
How
that.
much is that? $175.
I love the wood one.
This is
Yeah, the
cool.
Burlwood. That's like the
The
that's
other
like
one,
the
actually.
dash,
You like
dude.
this one?
That
You
one.
can get that on your pipe. You get the Burlwood to match the dash.
Oh, my
match the
God.
trim.
Of course.
That one looks
Jesus.
just like the
I
dash
that
in my
one.
dad's Cayenne.
Ooh, that is so good. I love that. I hope that they use
next
the same
Porsche
source.
you got to get the pipe to match the dash.
Oh my God! Well,
Jeez,
Carbon. You can get in carbon fiber.
yeah, but it's gonna
Oh my
be
God,
like,
they-
it's all
they have
brown,
carbon.
brown leather.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, they have carbon, right?
Oh, I'm sure
Surely.
they do.
I mean, that-
I
It's
got
just that
the-
black one right down there.
Yeah, that looks like carbon. I got my dad for
that one
his
right there.
birthday.
That's carbon.
Yeah, that's carbon. Wow, that one's kind of fucking dope.
It's dope. I wish it had a less chromy look. I wish it
Yeah.
was a more of a patina or a little bit of a color.
Maybe you could like
billet.
powder coat it aftermarket.
I think so. No, I'll have it wrapped.
You think Porsche exclusive? Be like, can I get this in black?
Yeah, totally. Be like, sure.
John Ward will
Exclusive
make one.
manufacture.
I
Oh,
got
here you
my,
go.
Can do anything, you know.
I got my dad the Porsche design carbon fiber cigar holder for his birthday a couple
Oh,
years ago.
wow.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Wow, this is a vintage one. $450 bucks, 40
really?
years old.
Oh man, I would rock that.
See, that is
Wow.
the
Man,
vintage
send me
is
that
pretty
link.
cool.
I want that shit.
Oldenkott.
Oldenkott.
I don't know what that means in German. What do you think Oldenkott means in German?
Probably old, and then whatever cot is.
Old and stinky.
like an
item is
old
out of stock.
something. I am fucking.
That's
rocking.
really cool.
I'm
And
rocking.
if you get the
that.
really good one, they plug the top so you can't use it, but they charge you more. It's called the RS.
Oh my god, that's so cool. And it's got different arrow too.
That's actually pretty neat. I actually really kind of like that. I
I-
don't want to smoke a pipe, but if I did, it would definitely be a Porsche design pipe.
Jesus, that's gorge. Original Porsche design. Yeah, definitely.
Are you
send me
getting?
that.
Are you
I'm gonna
getting?
get it.
You getting fucking the itch now, right? For the what flavor were you? What flavor tobacco were you?
There was this friend of mine. He was from Norway, and he smoked something called My Own Blend.
Oh, that's like a non-descriptive term.
I know.
That was the brand.
The
My
brand, like the flavor
Yeah,
that
was
he
My Own
smoked,
Blend.
My Own Blend.
That doesn't help.
I don't know, but it was just like I don't really fully remember. I remember like being recommended a couple different types, and I probably alternated between 4. But My Own Blend was the one that he really dug in when we'd go on camping trips. Like we were all part of a friend group. We go up in these like Pacific Northwest camping trips on the beach, and we would sit out in the deck or whatever, and that was what we would smoke. And so that was just what I got used to. Plus, I just had a stash of it, and I was just smoking it.
That's tough, man. I had like 6 months where I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be a pipe guy.
Yeah?
I am.
What happened?
I wasn't. I was a weed guy, as it turns out.
Yeah. That's great.
As it turns
I got
out.
you. I got you.
I liked the pipe portion of it, just not what was going.
Yeah, I got you. I'm
Was
with you.
Sunday your first NASCAR experience?
First day, first time. Yeah, first NASCAR experience. Yeah,
It was like Magnus led a charge out to the
Yeah.
Fontana for the NASCAR race, right?
Yeah, it was like it was kind of a stampede vibe,
What'd you think?
Man, it was so much fun. It was great.
Did you stay for the race?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. But basically, like, we show up at Magnus's place. I'd never met him. Every time I'd seen him in person 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Each of those times was going probably a combined speed of 140 miles
like
per
this
hour,
way.
passing each other. Him coming down from the Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
and me going up. to
He's
the
an
Breakfast Club.
early bird. He doesn't stay long.
No, he doesn't. But I just think I found it very humorous. And the last time he was in that blue Ferrari, I forget which one it was. Maiale?
Oh no,
what is it?
The 308 GT4, the old one.
Yeah, with the recessed headlights.
Yeah, 308 GT4.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Those are cool.
He rolled. I just like the boxy Tron shit going on with that. And he passed by, and I was like, "Fuck!" And every time before that was like some strange Porsche.
Yeah.
And then so I'd never met him, but I'd passed by him a couple times. And then to go there and his passion and what he's built there. You know,
His warehouse is cool.
it's great, and I love that the cars reflect his style, and it opens up Porsche people.
Yeah.
Like if you hang out at Magnus's place, it deconstructs some of your ideas of what a Porsche is.
Well, that's why he's so valuable to that brand.
Wow. Yeah.
Because that is his whole fucking thing.
Yes.
Is like, these aren't just for dentists.
Yes.
And like
right.
that's literally you just put into words why he's valuable to Porsche as a brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the porno shot in his warehouse?
No.
He's not in it.
No.
But he rents that warehouse for commercial purposes.
I heard that there was some porno stuff, but I didn't know there was one.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if there's more than one, but I
Right.
have personally witnessed people fucking with that car immediately behind them. It is hilarious.
The whole range,
it is
man.
Probably, I'm guessing, like based
The whole
on
range.
the level of bush
Yeah.
in the
Oh.
porno that
Early-
you could date it.
Late 80s, or
No,
maybe
it was in
early
94,
90s, mid 90s.
94, 95.
Yeah, because he bought that property in 94.
Okay, so this would have been early.
Maybe- yeah,
He would have
early.
been. This
Maybe
would have been like,
95.
we could shoot some porn in here.
Yeah, totally. I think that's a fine idea. We'll stage the girls over here and the boys.
Someone sent it to me. I have no idea what happened to the clip, but I have personally witnessed it.
I love that. That's
It's
the
4x3. That's how we
Yes,
can date it.
okay, got
4x3.
you. 4-3.
Bush is about here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. There's some telltale signs. The digital, maybe early digital. Maybe.
it's definitely up-resed.
Yeah.
The title is Power in the Rear.
Oh my
All
God,
the
Power in the
911s
Rear.
behind it.
Power in the rear. It's like, I think I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Man, the amount of shit that's happened in that place, including that, and then reality TV and fashion shoots
Yeah.
and whatever. I mean, it's just, that was really cool. And just to see him kind of like just roaming around going like, I'm a kind of a freewheeling dude that made some really smart decisions that were very kind of instinctual, but
Yeah.
he's a smart business guy. But he relies on instinct a lot, and I just felt this kind of like joyous, like I'm really happy where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Well,
Cool vibe.
sometimes like the fashion thing and the car trend setting thing complements really, really nicely.
Yes.
Sometimes it does
Yes.
not, but occasionally it does.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in this case, totally. I mean, well, that goes with his cars, right? Like his cars are broken in, they're worn in, they're haggard. You know, they're used, they're worn in. There's like a good pair of cowboy boots or a good baseball mitt or something like. Just and he reflects that style very much, and it just works. I just love that kind of wrenching, loves music, like freewheeling pirate vibes, you know, and
pirate
like with a good
is
heart.
right. Yeah.
With a good heart, and just like boyish enthusiasm, you know, but very grounded and pragmatic. He's an interesting cat, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I met him. It was cool. I didn't get to hang much, but he gave us a really great tour, and that was dope. And then, you know, everybody was cool. Coffee was great. Got in our cars, and it was just so much fun to be like. It just felt like a school event or something, you know, because it's like
Field trip.
Yeah, it's like, guys, we're going on a field trip. Oh, field trip, cool. All right, I got my lunch right here. It was like really like, let's go, you know, saddle up, and you know, camera car in front with the crane, whatever dolly thing, and we like came out, and then what was great was driving, and this was the first time I experienced this. Realizing like I'm aware of cameras, right, like angles and things like that, but like especially if there's a shoot of something, so I'm always like, I don't want to like hog the space here. I feel a little light here. This person here is probably a little bit more balanced here, whatever. So I'm always thinking that way. And on the road, I was having that same thing where I was like, okay, I'm going to hang out in this lane for a little while. Then I'm just going to slowly creep back. Someone else is going to come in there, and I'm just going to glide past, and that'll create a nice shot where I'm gliding. Of course, they may never use that stuff, but I got in that zone. I was like, I like this,
Dude, when we're doing like car-to-car shoots, like I love getting in that mindset. That's my favorite, where I'm wearing the car as an outfit.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, because you want to avoid the shadow of the camera car.
Yes.
You want to be close, but don't get that shadow up the hood.
Yep.
Don't get the crane shadow across your hood.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to do a sweep here. Okay, now I'm going to do a cross. Now I'm going to back up. I'm going to do some run-ups. Run up and back. Run up and back. Run up and back. And it's like, it's really fun to do that stuff.
It's the best, because then you feel like you're working like as this synergistic team, you know, especially if you work with people over and over again, you develop this language. It's
we do it without. We don't need radios or anything. We just know.
Oh, you just feel it out.
We just know
you
the
go
moves.
by feel.
Yeah.
We've just done so much.
Rock on.
Don't get me wrong. Having
Sick.
radios is a delightful luxury, but we don't need them.
Sure. No.
The other day we had that Jag that Zach's driving, that red thing.
Monstrosity,
It fucking rips, dude. It's really fast.
I'm sure.
We had that and that blue Cadillac together, and we were shooting a little car to car, and we came around a corner and hit all the gravel, and it fucking gravel machine gun the front of that red Jaguar.
Oh.
Just out of nowhere, just like that. Just cloud of gravel.
With that rear power, too. All the power
It's
right
like
there.
they had laid
Press cars.
coarse gravel down for snow. That's definitely what because it was all red.
Where were you shooting?
In
Upper Big Tonga.
Yeah,
Oh,
Upper
okay.
Big.
Yeah.
And the snow had melted, of course, so we just
UBT?
came around and it was just
UBT.
yeah.
There's one section
Of course,
at
yeah,
the
of
course,
very
yeah.
top. It's once you go at the very top of Upper Big.
Yeah.
You go around the big right-hand
I know what you're
sweeper
talking
and you
about.
go up the hill.
Yes.
That hill stays in the shade
Yes,
until like
it's the
2
worst.
p.m. So because it's way cold, that's the coldest part of the whole Angeles Forest. So they fucking dump gravel on that half-mile section so that people don't die. Except when then it dries out and the gravel stays.
Oh, my gosh.
Then it's gravel machine gun.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry, Jack. We liked your car a lot.
I just didn't recognize what it was as we came through. I'm like, what's this red stuff? Are these like, is this pollen? And it was not. You know,
Well, it happened when me and Reggie and Byron drove up there too.
Oh, yeah.
And they were in front of me because I was in the M3 and driving like a fucking pussy. And
Thank gosh you were.
And I let them around, and then I made an enormous gap before
Yes.
that because I just was like, I know what's coming.
Yep.
And I'm such a weenie about the M3. I was like, I don't want gravel
for good
fired in
reason,
it.
because
For
you're.
good
Ooh, if that
Oh,
had
I
happened to the
get-
M3.
It happened on the when I built my Mustang, my black Mustang from a few years ago.
Yeah. That's a gorgeous
Whole car painted. Very first day I got it back from the body shop, I went up there, gravel machine gun. I fucked the whole thing up, and I went, well, guess the car's a beater now. And that was that. It
Damn.
was just fucked. Yeah.
Damn.
I had a brand new paint job for 6 hours.
Oh, man. Shortest paint job lifespan ever,
Yeah.
probably.
Paint protection film is your friend.
Yeah, I have.
Worth it.
I have that on the car. Well, it's funny. I've been noticing like things about like since I've been driving a lot more, especially with the 911, divots in the windscreen, and then also just I don't have the front axle lift, whatever. So it's all chewed up. But after going to Magnus's place, I was like, you know what? New 992 chewed up front lip. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was like, and the divots are kind of cool. I mean, I'm just like, I'm looking at my car and I'm like,
Patina. It's all patina.
Yeah, totally. I'm like,
All
it's
patina.
indications of what you've done with that car.
Yeah.
And anybody who drives will look and they'll be like, oh, that person was driving fast.
Yeah.
And I can tell, and I can see the outer edge of the tires being used. They're cornering a lot. It's like you can tell all these things.
It's true.
But because in the old car me, I would have been like, got to keep this thing looking as pristine and as brand new as possible. And of course, I take care of my car, wash them every week. I'm really careful, whatever. I try not to wear sharp shit when I sit in my seats, whatever, all that stuff. But shit happens, and you got to just fucking use the car.
It's more boss to let that patina happen than it is to be a freak about it.
Agreed.
You know?
I'm realizing this now.
Yeah.
I'm realizing this now.
My older cars, that red Lambo and my old black Ferrari, my 86,
Yeah.
both of them have evidence of being used. They both
Yeah.
have patina.
Right.
And I actually freak out about them less than the minty silver 20 years newer BMW, which is so weird. But like
Well,
my
yeah.
Lamborghini has original paint.
Oh,
there's
shit.
so there's like some crazing
that.
on it. Like it's not perfect. It's just
Yeah.
not perfect.
Yeah.
There's some rock chips and shit. And I feel like, especially having watched the trends in the collector car, like if a car is original
Yeah.
and it shows signs of use but also signs of care throughout its life,
Yes.
from strictly a financial perspective, it does maintain its value.
Whoa.
If it is actually
Love it.
original. Or it's either got to be original or it's got to be restored and so
Right.
perfect that, it's
Right.
just perfect.
Like way overboard.
Way
How
overboard.
happy were lazy people when barn find became a thing? Like they'd let these
No
cars
shit.
fall apart, and all of a sudden it was
Yeah.
like unrestored is now a class. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But you go to the auctions at like Pebble Beach, which
Yeah.
if you've never done, I really would encourage you to do.
I will.
It's
I will now.
really fun.
I go to all this
It's
stuff.
really fun. And you'll see a car that's like got fucking rust and chipped paint, and the leather's all fucked up, and it runs. They drive that bitch up onto the stage, but it looks like it's been sitting outside for 10 years.
It has the
and it's
semen
like
of Count
$2 million,
Vernon.
and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
Sorry.
Well, it's like an ancient like pair of Calvin Kleins from like 1991 or whatever, and
Right.
you see them and they're like super beat up, but all the stitching's still good intact, but it's definitely been worn. That's such a high value item.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's already broken in. It's
Yeah.
already got character. So I get it.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good to hear, man.
that's how the cars work like that too.
I'm starting to like it's great. I'm like having this crazy like it's weird. My experience in the car worlds thus far only makes me more excited about vehicles.
Oh, that's good.
Like
That's good.
it-
I'm glad we didn't scare you away in the first few months.
No. Well, because also
What did you want when you were a kid? Like, what was the car you? Did you have a poster of a car?
Of course.
What poster?
I
did
had
you have?
everybody's poster, at least from the Gen X generation. I mean, I definitely had the Countach, the white
did?
Countach.
Okay.
I even got the. It was a
Did
pretty
you have
large.
the Alpine stereo one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one I had as a kid. Was the Alpine stereo
It,
Countach one.
it was sick. It was just so. I mean, that car was. I mean, you hadn't seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in Montana, and I love future shit, and I love science fiction, and all that stuff. And I always loved ship design, and I always like to think of. Well, you know, and then there were all those shows with cars.
The side profile is the one I had.
Oh no, I had a different one.
Fidelity by Alpine. That's the one I had. Yeah.
That's the other thing that combines stereos,
Yeah.
high-end stereos, and sports cars.
Yeah.
Woo. They just work. I played my friend's single the other day. Actually, I did it at the NASCAR thing. When we were like creeping through the little people packed like hourglass
the paddock?
section.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little paddock and with like the little squeeze hourglass vibe. And we're like cruising through there, and I just had my friend's track. He goes by Panther Modern, and the track's called Creep. And it is just
Very
the
appropriate.
nastiest song. Like when it comes in, it is just so disgustingly produced. It's so tight and it just punches so hard. And so it just had this dun 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 dun, and just cranking it and just like cruising slowly through this NASCAR event. It's like dance industrial music, high-end dance industrial music, but then like going through a NASCAR crowd. Loved that feeling more than anything. And people were like, yeah. They were like, ah. I was like,
I'm
come
very
on, man.
pro stereo. My new Porsche I ordered,
Yeah.
even though it's
Did you
like
get the Burmester?
Yeah,
Of course,
Oh,
always.
yeah, of course.
I always-
And my Lamborghini has the original Alpine. Oh
my God.
You know that car only had two options.
Really?
The wing,
Yep.
which it had, and the Alpine, and the Alpine was $9,000 in 1987. 87. It was $9 fucking grand.
How does it
it's
sound?
a CD player, like
does it sound?
garbage. The speakers are all blown.
You should get those restored.
So here's why I haven't yet, because I'm kind of a bitch about it.
Okay.
The speakers are behind the leather. It's not like you just would pop off a grill and unscrew the speaker and take it out. You have to actually take out the leather like panels to do it, and I'm worried it won't go back together the same.
Is the leather held on by glue or
Probably.
clips?
I don't know, but I don't want.
Yeah, no, I know. I
There's
get
got to
it.
be someone who's worked on a Lamborghini of that era that
It
knows
probably
how to
would
do
be
it.
fine. So Donnie, who works on my cars,
Yeah.
he goes. I picked up the car from him today.
Yeah.
He fixed it. It's running amazing. I had a great drive back, but the speakers are blown. It sounds like shit.
Yeah.
So I wear fucking earbuds.
Of course.
But he goes, when you bring the car back next time for the next thing that it needs, because there's always a next thing.
Yeah.
He goes, going through it, I found so many extra cables. So like someone in the 90s put like a bumping ass fucking system in this thing with like a fucking bazooka tube or like
shit.
something. Like someone did a whole bunch of something, because there's all these extra wires that are very clearly for some kind of stereo that was removed. Damn. He showed me a box. He's like,
Interesting.
"You see these box of wires, like a shoebox sized box of wires, like a bird's nest." He's like, "I already took all these out." He's like, "These are wires that went to nothing."
Whoa.
They were just in your car.
Oh man.
And he's like, "There's more." He's like, "But I have to get real deep to like get them out, and I knew you wanted your car back, so I did it."
Your car just lost like 5 pounds.
He said there's so many more. There's
so weird.
I think it had a capacitor in it. I think it had like all this
some like Jimmy rigged stuff.
Seriously.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, if you were able to restore it to its original Alpine system or something comparable,
The deck is original. The Alpine head unit is original.
okay. So you got that. That's great.
Yeah,
And
that's,
that works.
that's actually yes, and it works.
Okay,
It works.
great.
But the speakers are blown because
That's
they're
why it's so
paper
expensive.
garbage
It was a
speakers.
CD player, right?
Because this was the first
Yes,
CD
this was one of the
player
first
ever
CD
in a
players.
production car, and it works. I have put a CD player in it and a CD in it, and it does work.
Man, you have no idea how hearing this and like just being exposed to like so many different people's conceptions of how to consider or regard cars.
Yeah.
I am so excited to get an older Porsche and put in. I want to put in a mini disc player.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
I want to put in a mini disc player and like a sick sound system, just like really integrated sound system.
eBay, is that where you buy mini discs? Must be hard to find mini discs.
A mini disc car system would be hard.
Yeah.
However, I don't think you met him. A kid rolled in with a Japanese minivan, like a camper minivan style thing. He had
The
like
Toyota van,
plants
right?
on the front. Yeah.
Yeah, the Toyota van. Yeah.
Yeah. And in that car, it had like refrigeration. It had a freezer for ice cubes and a heater for heating things, which is so Japanese and so cute and awesome. But also on the inside, he had a fucking mini disc head unit.
Japan is where
Stop.
you'd find it. Yeah, Japan is where you'd find it.
That's where you find it.
Because that was a factory installed thing there. For
That's
a
what's
minute.
that's mind blowing to me.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bass player had it when but he installed it in his
Why
car.
do you want a mini disc player instead of something else?
I think if I made the car kind of nodding it towards cyberpunk, because I really love. Is that me? No, sorry.
It's somebody.
I think it's Sharon.
Me.
But I think if I want to make the car a little bit cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And so I think a mini disc player looks way more futuristic than anything we have right
Yeah.
now. Like when you pull out a mini disc, you're like, this is the future, which is odd.
Well, and you've been to Tokyo, right?
Yes.
So Tokyo, to me, when I went to Tokyo, I was like, if we went back to 1985 and imagined a Panasonic future, a Sony, not an Apple future.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
The future from Panasonic and Sony's perspective, like that's fucking Tokyo.
Oh. That's great. I mean, that's every cyberpunk. That's every that's anime. That's like kind of robot, cybernetic, whatever influenced cyberpunk. That's totally the vibe. It's always decks.
Yeah.
Like things are based on decks and hard storage units, formats.
Right.
And it always still reads as high tech. Even in movies now, like you're like, you remember Memory Stick?
Yeah.
That shit, like. All these different form factors for memory storage or data storage. It's jazz drives.
Jazz drives. I haven't heard about jazz drives in a minute.
Yeah, jazz drive. And then
Zip
the
drive.
same company made, what was it, Jazz, and then what was the other one?
Zip drive?
Zip.
Yeah.
Zip and Jazz.
Yeah.
And the Jazz had more memory.
Yeah.
And that, to me, when you look back at those technologies, there's something way
cartridge.
more futuristic about
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't know. It's weird. And
That's
maybe
very interesting.
Oh, that was I had that one. That magnesium, that black one. Oh, and I had the MZR one.
The gadget?
So the one on the one up from the
That guy?
yes.
Yeah.
So that's the MZR one. That's the very first consumer portable mini disc player. It was sick, optical in out. It had a QWERTY keyboard on it.
Oh wow, yeah,
and
look at that shit.
And it had auto loading. Like a VCR, backlit LCD screen. You could name all the tracks, split, divide, do all the editing shit. It was fucking sick. And I have it. I got one
still
back.
have it?
I have one, but I have to get someone to 3D
You could
print
probably
a bracket.
like Wayne's World mount that on the dash and get it wired into the car.
I could actually. That would be
be
way
pretty G.
easier.
Yeah,
It'd be pretty way easier. It depends on the buffer memory if it's like strong enough to handle vibrations. But and then that other one down there. What was that when you had that row? I had
the silver one. There was like a silver one.
Yeah, you went one. Yeah, if you go one back, did you?
Yeah.
Let's see. It was magnesium and black.
The one on the right, the MZF40.
No, it was like I don't know how that page that originally. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
It was mini.
It was small. It was small, but it was like they started getting so small. It was amazing, and I probably bought 6 mini disc players. Don't own any of them.
Oh no.
Anymore. Oh, that
But
one
do you
right
own
there.
the mini discs?
This guy?
Do you own any mini discs?
The black one with the red record button right above that. There you go. Yep.
Do you own any actual mini discs?
I
still?
do.
Okay.
I own mini discs that I have to record onto. However, back in the day,
Like blanks?
I
You have
had
blanks?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't
tons of
even know
blanks.
they
They still
made
make
blanks.
them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they still make them. Mini disc is still used in a weird way. I haven't quite figured out where it's being used. Radio stations used to use them.
Really?
They might still use
Okay.
them. But
Interesting.
point is, like that shit was just it was so exciting to me. But I remember buying actual albums from labels.
Yeah.
I had Jeff Buckley's Grace. I had Edie Brickell and New Bohemians shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars. Whatever, I had them, and they were just like kind of bigger than a cassette.
Yeah.
Kind of almost retro feeling or whatever, and a lot of artwork. I don't know. It was cool. It was doomed to fail. As soon as I opened them up, I was like, I don't think these are going to work.
This is a picture. That's a Bruce Springsteen album.
Yeah, there you go.
For people listening
That's what they look like.
That weren't alive or whatever. Like these are slightly bigger than a
halfway
AA battery.
between an 8-track and a
Yeah.
It looks like a CD in a case, but it's only a little bit bigger than a AA battery.
It's like a small 3.5-inch floppy.
smaller than a floppy disk.
Yeah, smaller. But it was also waterproof. I remember dumping a bunch of. I had a bag full of them and some orange juice spilled inside the bag, and I just shook them out, and they were indestructible.
Oh, that's good.
They're great.
It does still look futuristic. Like going to your thing, in movies when it's 100 years in the future, they never say, okay, pull the information down from the cloud or anything. Like they insert a thing.
Yeah,
And that's
like
the
even a
key.
Minority Report.
Right.
Yep. Like they have like a thing that goes in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a medium, and it's like I don't know why, but it always reads as more futuristic because in the future, if you're talking about like,
Well, you need an action in the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
you need
exactly.
you need an action.
Exactly.
You
And
can't-
stakes.
You can't just have a fucking click.
Yes.
You got to put you need a shot of putting the thing in.
and it's not like a thought. You're just like, can you download the information? Done. Great. Now it's like there was no drama in that. Where's the drama? It's like it took a little bit longer than usual.
That's why they have lower half of steering wheels in the future. Too.
Oh my god.
I have what we're putting in my Ferrari is a Blaupunkt head unit.
Yes.
That looks just like what came in it from the factory, but if you flip down the cassette deck thing, there's USB ports in there, and it has Bluetooth. But it looks exactly like it's supposed to look from back in the day.
Man, I am so stoked to hear that. That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
And
they make cool shit like that. And if you were to get a Porsche, I mean, it's kind of expensive, but Porsche themselves have a retrofitted,
new
CarPlay friendly, like really good quality audio. It's probably like $2,500 to $3,000. It's expensive.
Worth it.
But it's Porsche.
For aesthetics and
but here's the
functionality.
bad news.
Uh-oh.
It only works with the Porsche factory amplified speakers. You can't like get Alpine speakers and have them work with this head unit. It's a proprietary connection.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder, you might be able to build out beyond that unit. Like you could put different speakers in there.
You might be able to, but I've heard that is the thing, the holdup from a couple folks who have installed that head unit. There's a couple cars here that have it.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's great, except it won't talk to non-Porsche speakers.
I mean, surely it's a wiring situation, right? Because if it's just electrical signals, like maybe it's difficult. Basically, I think it depends on how much work and money.
It depends on how much work and money you want to spend.
Yeah.
I would go with, technically, well, not technically. I would just go with, I think this must exist. I just thought of it in my mind, but I think it probably exists. You know, you have high definition audio music players or whatever, like Astle and Kern. They make like these huge, chunky, high def players with like crazy circuitry, right?
Okay. Show, yeah.
So what if they take that idea, but they make a head unit, so it only plays high def files.
That would be cool.
FLAC files, whatever, like high res, like master quality files, and that way you get kind of the old school vibe of like I've got a library. But the library is super high res. I still have to, I upload it just with a stick, whatever, just throw it in. That's my library, or it just reads off the stick inherent in the system, whatever. But I think that would be kind of cool, and it would match the idea of a retro car.
It would be cool if like Name or one of those guys, they got into like the classic
or Macintosh.
stereo. Well, Macintosh does. Macintosh has a single DIN radio.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
What's the format? Like, what formats can you play on it? It's just like radio, maybe?
It's a head unit, so you can plug a USB into it or whatever. It came in the 044 GT. There it is, the Macintosh single DIN.
It looks good.
It does look good. Yeah, it looks classic. Looks cool. Look at that. Simple, classy.
I mean, that would look so good.
It would, yeah.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Because at 9, oh my gosh.
There it
Not
is.
cheap, but it looks good.
I mean, yeah. I'm super stoked. I'm definitely gonna find
But
a really
music
dope.
goes with driving, so like if
All
you
the
like
time.
listening to music, it's worth it to do this stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love it, and not only that, but like when I drive, it's funny, and that's another realization I've had in the last few weeks driving, especially like doing corners and curves and shit like that. Sometimes I don't listen to music when I'm doing intense driving. I can't because it feels like I need to pay attention and I need to really hear the car.
Yeah.
I want to listen to the car.
But still, you take your car other places.
Of course.
You do highway transits, you're stuck in traffic sometimes.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, I listen to music all the time. I love it. But I just was something that I was noticing where I always thought like when I'm driving, like, oh yeah, I'm going to put on, because I've been listening to a lot of Underworld, and there's this song I've been listening to all the time called Moaner, and it's so fucking hard. Does it
make you go too fast?
It makes me want to go fast, but it's more fast on an open freeway. You know,
when you're weaving.
Yes, when you're dream weaving, it's sick. You're just like carving. That's why I like going with like a bunch of cars. Like like sometimes when Riff Raff or whoever, like when we're doing that like 4-car thing, 5-car thing, and everyone's just doing this. It's just this beautiful silky like in and out lanes, like just chilling for a while. Pocket opens up, take advantage of. It's just like. So empowering and so free feeling. It's amazing. I love it.
It's fun to do that in slow old cars.
Oh yeah,
too,
right.
Because you're not really going to get in
Momentum
trouble.
game.
And when cops they don't fuck with 30-year-old cars. You could do anything you want with a 35-year-old car. No one gives a shit. And you start ripping new Lambos and like these fucking shitbags.
Totally.
But in an old car, they're like, oh, look at that. That's cool.
Oh, it's like, well, that's nice. A bit rapid, but okay. They suddenly have English accents.
Pretty much.
All the cops do here.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, when in that mode, they do. Otherwise.
What kind of old Porsche are you looking at? What draws you?
I'm looking for G-body is interesting. That's an interesting period of car. But I think what came directly after that it was
964.
Oh, 964.
Yeah.
Oh, so not a 964. What's the early 90s?
That would be 964.
That is a 964. Can you throw a 964 up there?
G-body would be 78 to 89.
That was their longest run, right?
That
Even though there were a lot of variations.
This is 964.
Yes, that's it. I know already. That's a very popular. It's a very popular body style.
You know what's interesting about
But
these
it's
is
so
that they were
hot.
kind of unloved when they were new.
Yeah.
They didn't sell particularly well, and that's why there's not a lot of them. And then you've got companies like Singer that buy them up. As many as they can get their hands on to kind of hack them up and not to hack is a derogatory term. Build them into what they do.
Yeah,
and
they're donor cars.
And so and now they're much more appreciated, and they're worth a lot of money. So,
It's a good looking car. Although
they are great looking cars.
I would go with like, oh man, I mean I have been seeing some. I mean Boxers are cool too. But totally different direction. But there is something kind of cool about it. But I do like that body style. I just think it's really good.
I think they're very pretty. And I always
and the 996, even though it gets a lot of a bad rap, I'd like to work with one of those.
Get in on one now.
Yeah,
get in on one now. They're still kind of unloved and therefore affordable.
You can go through
the 993, which is the mid to late 90s, is a little more rounded. A little bit more complicated rear suspension. These are extremely valuable right now. These are probably doubled in price in the last 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
But they are easy to drive every day.
There's Doug.
There's Doug.
Where's Doug? There he is.
The 996s are pretty nice to drive, actually. They're not my favorite, but...
What is your favorite of the older Porsches?
Of the air-cooled?
Air-cooled.
993s. 993s are my favorite. If my favorite Porsches of all time are like the 997 GT3 RS.
I mean,
excellent.
Is that a .2?
.2, 997.2 GT3 RS.
Wow,
they're excellent.
I saw one in the garage. Yes,
yeah,
they're gorgeous.
And then the Boxster Spider that I have coming in eventually sank off the coast of the.
Can I see a picture of the Boxster Spider? Do you have your build? You don't have your build.
I couldn't get it up right now.
No
but
worries.
Yeah, the new Boxster Spider. That's second from the that one there, 718 Boxster Spider. That's what I've got coming.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's delightful.
I love. Now, how does the roof? Is it automated?
No, Boxster
Manual.
Spider
They're
has
always
manual
manual,
roof.
right?
No, the regular Boxster has a power
Oh,
roof.
it does. So the Spider's the only one that's always manual.
Yeah.
Okay, and does that do that like, that tent effect?
It does
where they
do the
connect
little
the two?
tent thing.
Yeah, I love that.
Although
yeah, there it is.
That one, so the one that Zach has pulled up is the China Market one. The China Market one is a Boxster Spider, but doesn't have the front GT3 bumper and is a 4-cylinder engine.
Yeah, but this is your color, right?
What?
Is that Frozen Berry? That's Frozen Berry, right?
Yeah.
That's my color.
Wow.
I did just get update on the Boxster situation because my car's on the was on the burning.
Oh,
pump.
I know. Yeah,
I couldn't get away from that. Yeah. I have a new allocation and order number, so the car the order is back in the system.
Sick, man.
I don't know when that means I get the car, but it's going to be exactly the car I ordered before, and it's back in the system. I don't know what that means.
Slow but sure.
Yeah, dude, there's people with real fucking problems.
No.
Me not getting my car is not a real problem.
No.
It's a humorous anecdote.
Yeah. No, I mean, also when you have another car to drive.
Yeah, or 6.
Yeah, or 6. I mean, we're just
cars.
throwing out like
and
random numbers.
Lots of press cars.
Yes, and lots of a car. There's always a car for you somewhere, just waiting for you to be driven.
It's fine.
And yeah, I don't know. It's like yes, I have those things. Like my Taycan got in a fender bender.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it really sucked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a bummer. Yeah, I just came off
since I've seen you. Recently. Oh.
Yeah, I came off of a exit off the 101, and then I was like taking a left on to cross over. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been Santa Monica. And there's a fire station down the way. Maybe it was Hollywood actually. A fire station down the road. Fire engine was coming up the road about 2 blocks away. It was very far away.
Yeah.
This car just like pulls into the lane in front of me, and then just slams on its brakes, just like full slam. And the Taycan brakes, it auto brakes actually, and I had the setting on late. Now I think I might do it less, but
you had it set on F1 qualifying.
Yeah. F1 qualifying. I know, just like
this
I like to drive about with this much distance.
Yeah.
Just about that. That's where I like to play right there. But yeah, so the car broke. However, it is a very heavy car.
It broke and then it broke.
It broke and then it broke again. But the thing is, like, that's what I think my 911 would have stopped. I think I wouldn't have hit that guy. Yeah. But when I did hit him, it did very minimal damage. Yeah. It was a little crack below the right to the left-hand side of the license plate bracket. And then my car has like this size little dent with a couple scratches on it.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But it's like, it is what it is. Totally drivable. Nothing. Anyways, but then
the guy died, but that was
no. Yeah, and that's fine. But it was for other car. It was like 2 hours later from something else. But so no. He was fine. But his wife, I guess, they didn't speak English. She was like, "Oh, my neck." I was like, this is a little bit too weird. There's no way that a rear collision with a headrest, and she was like a larger framed person, and the way that she was hanging out in her seat, I'm like, that's the way she rides in the seat. She's not like
she's already against the headrest.
She's not taking a break. She's already against the headrest.
Prepared for impact.
So when I hit that, it's like
this is not a thing.
Yeah. Anyways, but I had to pull over, and and he thought I was running away. I was like, no, I'm just fucking pulling over because I hate it when people like stay. They're like, no, we have to stay here.
They block the traffic.
Yeah, and I'm like, no. You pull off to the side. If it's a fender bender, you pull off to the side.
When I learned these things when I moved to Los Angeles. First off, I think so. Some people might not understand why this person slammed on the brakes for the fire truck. In California, you have to
pull over.
You have to pull over and stop.
Yes.
That's the law. Yep. In other states, like I grew up driving in New York, you don't do that. Like you're supposed to move out of the way, but you don't have to come to a complete stop.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And so in California, I was like, wait, you have to pull over and stop?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's the thing.
That's what I do. Not everybody does it, of course, but
not everybody does it. And if it's a divided road, you probably don't have to. And some people still do, which is dumb.
Well, that's what's so crazy about this. It's a 2-lane wide. It's like the overpass, right? So we're like going over the 101. It's 2 lanes wide plus a big shoulder.
Yeah.
And this person pulls into the left lane with the yellow center line. So he's in that lane and then slams on the brakes. And I'm like, it's like just pull over first or slow down or just go into the other lane. You don't even have to stop necessarily. You should. But I see people move over into the other lane. There was plenty of space, whatever. And they were 2 blocks away. It was so far away. I couldn't believe it. Because when I hit him, I was like, for what? And I looked and there was like these, you could just start to hear them. And I was like, really?
People like panic for stuff.
That's true.
We had the worst Uber driver ever the other day who drove 26 miles an hour all the way to Beverly Hills.
That must have been infuriating.
It was like he had a hybrid minivan and he was trying to keep it keep the engine from coming on. So he was driving so slow the whole way.
He was
And then-
hypermiling?
basically. And then we're going north on La Cienega, which is a big wide road, and we were supposed to turn left into the parking lot for this restaurant, but there was like mad oncoming, and it was getting frustrating, and so we were just like, just pull over to the right, and we'll get out there and walk across the street.
Yeah.
So he's like, doesn't really check. And kind of creeps to the right across the street, and like we almost get taken out by like 75 cars. It was sketchy as hell.
Man, that's
It was so sketchy.
I'm sorry you experienced that.
That's okay.
But I'm just saying, it's
Sorry,
like,
Taycan got hit.
yeah,
It sucks.
that's a bummer. It's out, but apparently the bumper is coming this Friday or something like that.
that's
Again,
quick.
it's not a big deal, but
Yeah.
but it is cool because I get to drive 911 all the time. So I'm driving 911 all the time, and it's a fucking blast.
It turns
Have you
out that's
driven
good.
any older cars that really interested you from other manufacturers?
Older cars. I drove
Like 80s and up, basically.
Yeah. Some Hondas I really liked. There was a Honda Prelude SI.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
I love that. I would rock one of those again. That was really fun. I just got to drive it a few times. 'cause
It would
a
be
friend
cool
had
if
it.
you brought old Hondas back right now. Like,
Yeah.
Ludacris rocks his '93 Acura.
Really.
Yeah, it was like his first car, and it has like 300,000 miles on it.
Oh, my
and
God.
Acura restored it for him.
What?
Hey, yeah.
I would
There's-
rock that, or I would also rock an
Ludacris and his
Integra.
Acura. An Integra would be cool too. But that is a recent picture of Ludacris and his Acura. 1993 Acura Legend.
I love it.
Clean. I like those
love
wheels.
it. Yeah.
There's the picture of him. It's on his album. It's the Acura in front of his jet.
Oh my God.
If you roll up to your private jet in a '93 Legend,
And
you are
it looks like an older school. It is an older school jet.
it is an older school jet.
That's an old. That looks like an old
His
album.
plane. No, it is, but
So he's rocking vintage, like all
his,
the way around.
his jet is also old school.
Gotcha.
His jet is like a late '90s jet. Yeah.
Those have better feedback and controls.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, fuck.
It's probably been serviced regularly.
Dude, good for him. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I like
I
that.
hope so. I mean, with planes, I'd always go with the newest,
Yeah.
newer shit. That's just me.
Yeah.
But
What
you
will
know,
work?
like a nice Cirrus Vision or something.
Would
But
did you fly on one of those like World War II joints?
what? Oh
Like a
no,
Spitfire?
I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that. I had a friend who got to fly in a Super Fortress.
Oh yeah, like a fucking B-52.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
awesome.
Yeah, renovated and got to like go down the tunnels, that you take to like go to the different turret systems. Insane, and how all the stations in the cockpit. It's just so amazing. It was great, and that's where the Millennium Falcon.
B-29. Yeah.
Millennium Falcon took their shit from that.
That is a
Oh
cool
wow, they did that
front
end is exactly
Yeah.
Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah.
Holy
And
crap.
even when you're inside, because there were like these beautiful shots he had from the inside staged, and especially when they were descending or doing any banks or whatever, just the dramatic, how dramatic it was because you have all these windows. It was great.
B-52 would be Strato Fortress, I think. This is
Strato.
Super Fortress. This is Super Fortress B-29. The B-52, I think, is Strato Fortress.
Strato Fortress.
Strato
Yeah.
Fortress.
They're
Right?
the ones that like
Yeah, that's B-52.
Oh, those
Yeah.
those things are insane.
If you got a B-52, hook it up. I'd like to fly on that. There's 8 engines.
Oh my God.
8 jets.
That shit.
That shit's still flying.
Ugh, God.
Look at the fucking emissions of that shit on takeoff. They should probably retire
I know.
those. You probably don't need those.
I know. You know they've been talking about fusions coming along.
Yeah, they made a
It's
big
chugging.
step like what 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 or
Really?
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
For aviation?
No. Sorry,
energy.
I'm totally skipping. I'm
Where
just
we
like because
go?
you were
Where-
saying
we took-
emissions,
we
and I
took
was
a
like,
left for
and
what? For nuclear? For
fusion?
energy?
Yeah,
Cold- for cold
fusion.
fusion,
For cold
power.
fusion. Cold
Yeah.
fusion.
And why is that good?
Just because it's cool and everybody's talking about it. I love it.
The theory, if it worked the way they're hoping it works, is the stat I heard is they would be able to extract enough energy from a 10 by 10 by 10 cube of water to power the Earth for a day.
Whoa.
Because there's so much energy in like the hydrogen molecules and all the other things I don't understand that you might have a better memory for.
Slightly.
But like that is what
So
they
a
get.
cube
out
of water the size of this room
Yeah.
would power the entire Earth for a day?
Yeah. It's
Wow,
like
that
so much
rules.
energy. Well, you remember Back to the Future, where he comes back at the end and he's throwing bananas and scrap garbage into Mr. Fusion?
Yes.
It's like basically, like there's also this geothermal fusion that they're looking at, so they'll be able to extract energy from geothermal energy. But the point is, like, you'd be able to build these reactors that use very little material to generate a shit ton of energy. And you
that
wouldn't have
is
problems
cool
like
as fuck.
Russia, China, anybody like trying to like,
Meltdown
we got
ease.
the energy. And it's like, no, everybody's got the energy. Now what are you going to do?
Oh.
And theoretically, if you jumped like 200 years in the future, they would be able to pull moisture from the air and then process that water to then extract the hydrogen molecules to like shatter apart, and like you could have like little
Because
you could have a
getting
Minidisc player
the
that makes its
water
own
was the
power
hard
from fusion.
Getting the water was the hard part.
No, that's definitely not the hard part.
it's very
Like
difficult.
yeah,
It's
the
very
making the
difficult.
heat from the plasma is the hard part. But
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's
very
pretty rad.
interesting.
It's cool. I mean, we're talking within the next 40 years, we're going to see something.
That would be excellent.
But I mean, it would just be.
Maybe before our ice caps melt.
I would love it. I would love it.
you could use this to power an air conditioner to cool the ice caps.
Exactly. Finally.
See,
Yep.
4D chess.
Get enough drones with their wings flapping down, creating coldness. It'll
A
cool
wing
them
is just a
off.
portable fan, man.
Yeah, totally. Dude. Don't get me started, all right?
Bro. What other posters did you have on your wall besides Countach? We took a left at Countach.
Yeah, Countach. I don't know if
It was all the 80s stuff?
Yeah, the poster I had was a white Countach.
Oh, yeah.
And it was at an angle. It was like a 3/4 view. But
Triple white is a very aggressive flavor of Countach.
it is the wheels are white, the bodies are white, the interior is white.
They look awesome, but I've never seen one where the white leather didn't look like shit.
It's going to fade. You have to redo
cracks. Like it's something about that white leather does not hold up well.
it. I probably had like the process of making it. That white was probably way harsher
They probably
than
just got a
normal.
lot of bottles of white out. Just painted them.
Like,
Cracks.
it's like, are you done yet? I'm not the gay. Get out of here.
I've seen 5 or 6 different triple whites, and none of them have ever looked that great. Whereas my tan interior has held up because it's fucking tan.
Yeah.
It's like the color of leather.
Right,
It's held up
It's
like
called a
all
leather
right.
tanner.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's not called a leather
They do
whitener.
call them tanners.
There was a blue Ferrari 308 with a full white interior at this thing at the Peterson. It was aggressive.
Whoa.
There was some interesting combos. There were some combos that I have not seen in a very long time. I saw a 360 Challenge Stradale in yellow with a black and yellow interior that was incredibly aggressive.
Wow.
I saw a blue on blue on blue, triple blue. On a
Yeah,
car.
that shit. Like when you see that stuff, I mean, that's like
The Stradale in yellow it was rad. I mean, it looks cool as fuck. Yellow. Oh, see there it is right there. See the CS with the yellow seats? Yeah, that was it. The one to the right.
Oh, one to the right, sorry.
Yeah, the
what's-
yellow seats.
It's what's so weird about that, like when it's that color, and especially because it has the
right there. That's it.
headlights,
Yellow.
enclosed headlights,
Yeah.
and you see the yellow underneath in
Yeah.
the enclosure. For some reason, it looks. This is going to be controversial. I don't know, but it just looks cheap.
Yeah, Ken.
It looks like a little, like
The
it's
yellow
a toy.
inside
Like
the
it's a toy.
headlights. It
like,
can.
It's like a toy. It's like how certain Vipers in certain colors just look like it's not really a car. It's like someone just put a model of a car on the street. Like that's kind of that idea. It's like that's not a car. It's like that's just a
When
the
you see
model.
a Viper with chrome wheels, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
It's too much. Yeah. Hot Wheels.
Yellow's not my favorite. There are some cars that can pull it off.
I mean-
but I 360 Stradale is
Jay
an
Ryan's
excellent
car looks great. That's a great yellow too.
Yeah, actually, his car does look pretty good in yellow.
It's a darker. It's a
Yeah.
little bit darker yellow.
That's just because it's dirty.
It is. I know. Well, he's got that principle
Very
that.
bright when he watches it.
Yeah, I know. There was someone came to Good Vibes like a while ago, and they washed his car for him. But I like that he's just kind of like he's just hanging out. He's just like, hey man, he's just hanging out. Stuff happens because that car is a symbol, you know, and like kind of makes people want to help out and do cool stuff, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a cool color. It's a color in a way that you're like, oh, because it's a whole thing.
There's a couple different Porsche yellows. And some of them are much better than others.
Yeah.
There's like some pale ones that are kind of like
Pale yellow's
the
not
pale
good.
yellows are not great.
Like Subaru did that. They had two yellows, and the pale one just looks like
Aston Martin does that
Recent
weird
piss.
yellow. It's like a it's kind of pale, or it's almost like fluorescent, but not quite.
Oh, I know.
know what
the
I'm talking
color.
about?
Yeah, this color. Yeah, the yellow. It's a golden.
that one.
It's
that
a
one.
golden yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. We
It's
got
a
a
weird
press car
one.
in that car. Remember the night shoot?
Oh yeah.
We had one of those, that exact car, and we filmed it at night. We went up to the Angeles Forest at 6 p.m. and shot until 6 a.m.
And the way we powered the lights is we ran a generator inside a minivan while we drove with the window down, and we put the generator on top of a cooler to put the exhaust out the window, which didn't work.
Oh,
it was so shady.
This was back in 2012.
We took studio lights.
Yeah.
And suction cupped them to the outside of a minivan.
What?
And then ran a generator in the minivan with the sliding doors open.
Oh my Lord.
And we did car to car with fucking lights.
Yeah. For years we shot
And
like
nobody
we were
gave
doing,
a fuck. Nobody was
No
up
one was up
there. No
there.
one cared.
It was like we were making street skateboard videos. That's
Yeah,
how we
yeah,
were,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we were in our mid-20s.
Yeah, like yeah. And car vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, car version.
And with $200,000 press cars.
Yeah.
It was so sketchy.
That was crazy.
I'm glad you did that. That's very good.
The video is kind of fun, but
That's
it's
commitment.
so sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's commitment.
I once went back to my whole high school to talk about how you can literally do anything as a career if you're good enough at it. Like
Yeah.
you could literally turn anything into a career.
Yeah.
And I played that video.
Oh my gosh.
And the teachers got mad because I used the word pussy in the video and that I played that at a high school.
Oh man.
Yeah, kids don't know about that.
Kids have never heard that word.
Not high school
apparently.
kids.
Well, not these days.
No, that's
Are you
true.
Not
kidding?
these Jews.
Yeah,
No, these days. Not these Jews. Not these days. Not these Jews these days. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. It's like what?
Oh my God! The other night, have you ever seen the Hasidic Jew fur hats?
Oh yeah, those are crazy.
We went down a fucking rabbit hole the other night. We were like 2.5 bottles of wine deep at the house, and someone brought up this. They're called Stramels, and we
What?
were like,
That's what they
Stramel.
were- that's what
the
the
name of
hat is
house.
called?
The hat is called a
Stramel?
Stramel. STREHMELEE.
I never really understood them.
STREH. Yes.
They look very, very.
Yeah, let you Google figure it out.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's those. Those are them.
No.
So it's the green one.
Bucket
The
hat.
green
No,
one.
it's not. No.
These are them.
STREH.
They're popular with fishermen and with Hasidic Jews.
Acidic Jews.
STREHMEL. Stramel.
Google can.
There we go.
Yeah, the orange one. Yes.
No, this one with this.
Jesus Christ, no.
Oh wow. $11?
amazing. Is that a Cthulhu?
$11
It's a
for
Cthulhu mask.
Who robbed you, sir? Who robbed you? Cthulhu. Did.
Cthulhu. It's like, shit, I knew it.
These
Okay.
Stramel fur hats, they're like $5,000.
Of course they
They're
are.
made of sable fur.
What's sable? What
Like
is
it's
a
an
sable?
animal. That's an animal they make fur coats out of.
What?
It's like a.
It's a mam?
It's a cat. It's a cat-like. It's a mammal. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be depressed,
it's
aren't I?
like it's a
Yeah,
cat-like animal.
that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
sucks.
that's cute.
That
It's-
really,
it sucks
really
that-
sucks.
But
Have they ever heard of North Face?
There's a place, there's a place in Brooklyn called Malchus Stramel that's like, it looks like walking into the Patek dealer. It's got all the hats on the wall and it's like high security and all this shit. And my friend Christian unfollowed everybody on Instagram except Malchus Stramel. So if you look at his account, it's the super baller shit. He's like 57,000 followers and he's following one person. And it's, I think, this guy who makes these hats.
Oh my god.
Weird.
Oh my
Really
god.
bizarre.
That is.
They're like 5Gs though. These things.
Of course.
As they
It
should
doesn't
be.
make it good.
No, it's not good. It's not. We're not endorsing
Yeah. No, I
the
know.
practice of putting sable tails in hats. But we did learn that with the Hasidim, the Stramel is they don't wear wedding rings, and so the father of the bride gives the Stramel to the groom, and it's almost like a dowry kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
And so if you see someone walking down, they're
married.
engaged to be married
Oh.
probably, and then they have a nice Stramel that's made of fur, and then there's like a beater one they have
active
that's
wear
made
one?
of fake fur.
Your everyday.
Your everyday
Stramel.
Yeah. We went down a 45-minute rabbit hole with this the other night.
What's your EDS? What is your EDS?
EDS? Everyday Stramel.
But this one.
Gear Patrol's gonna start covering this shit.
Stramel release engaged.
Oh, dude, that would be really fucking funny.
I mean,
Except you can't use the tricks on Shabbos because it's work. You can't use technology
on
the
that's
Shabbos.
That's true. Maybe it's just someone that's hired to just make those sounds. They stand
You
near
need
you.
to hire a goy to
totally.
fucking wear my Stramel on
That's like,
Shabbos.
do that, and also you have to open the door and turn on the light switch for me. Okay.
Let's hit up the Patreon. We got a few questions
Patey.
from the Patreon. Oh, make sure we keep that vintage pipe link for Reggie.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget where we started. We started at Porsche Design Pipes.
I know. That's true.
Sean Gallagher says, of course, all of our questions are from the Smoking Tire, patreon.com/the Smoking Tire Podcast. Ask questions for our live guests. Get an advertising-free experience and get the show right away. No need to wait till Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, Sean says, do you have any comedic and musical mentors? If so, what is some of the advice that's helped grow your performances?
Nice. No one that ever like formally like I met and they would be like, when you do music and comedy, like I've never had that.
A bunch of people were saying that Bob Saget mentored them after he died.
That's
I
true.
read that a bunch.
That is true. I think in comedy it's more so that. I think with music and comedy, you can learn things from straight up comedians, right, about certain comedic elements or whatever. But when you're doing music, mixing music, hybrid, it's more like it's a thing that an act that you develop. In a way, it's kind of an old school thing,
It's like a vaudeville almost thing.
It's almost like vaudeville in a way.
Before people were like, "This is comedy."
Yes, right.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Well, because when people say like, "Oh, music comedy," like there was a period of time like in the early 2000s where it felt like it was a new thing, and then I was like, and then I thought about it. I was like, "Yeah, I guess so," because there's not a lot of us out there doing it. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, "No, this is like older than anything because it's always been funny music.
Yeah,
music that's funny." Comedians that are funny using music or whatever. That's been around forever. Variety shows, early days of TV, whatever. It's all of it.
I don't know if I've ever seen music that is total nonsense before.
Oh, well.
Like,
who is it?
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I haven't seen it.
No. I know. It's, that's consistently that way.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely not. I mean.
It's intentionally nonsense.
It's intentionally not because I just can't be bothered. But it's more out of laziness than anything. It's just like, should I write a song? Nah, we'll just wing it. We'll see what happens.
That's funny.
Kip Winger it. Yeah, but not really. But definitely people that I would see when they would perform and I would think that that's brilliant and made note of it, or a ton of other people that I would see in the world. They don't even necessarily have to be musicians, but a lot of it informs me. So I learn a lot from the world around me.
Neat. But no advice that's helped grow your performances. How could you give advice to fucking Reggie? I think you should do more of this gibberish and less of that kind of gibberish.
Yes, I know. Well, see, that's the advice that's helped you grow. There's not really an advice. Only that I think when you're doing something that's a little bit more unique or more unknown or a little esoteric, you just really have to listen to your instinct. That's all. That's really at the end of the day, it's all you got. It's not like you're going to go to an academy or a private tutor or whatever. It doesn't really exist. So I would say just like rock your shit and
Did you have people when you were developing like your whole style? Did you have people saying, "Oh, maybe if you tweak this, or here's a tag," or other things like that, and inside your brain you were just like, "Nope," like you knew where you wanted to go, or was it a mixed bag?
I mean, if I was developing a show, like when I would do competitive drama in Montana in my high school years, I was developing a show. So the teacher, my coach, would like give me some notes about like, maybe start with this or that, and that was cool. That was helpful. But in the end, at the end of the day, I definitely just kind of always went with whatever was happening in that moment, and that made me feel more comfortable.
For sure. Wyatt B says, is there a particular piece of shit car you had in mind when you wrote Fuck Shit Stack?
No.
Just general?
No, it's just a general, like when I would see some cats, especially in Manhattan, well, in Brooklyn too, but like Manhattan, you'd see more of it. But you'd just see like these people with cars, and also other places in rap videos and so forth. But a lot of these cars, I was like, I'm not feeling it. Like it's especially with the screens. The screens was driving me insane. Remember, there was that moment in time when people were putting screens everywhere.
2004.
Yeah,
it was 2002 to 2005. Yeah.
All that, just like in my song, I'm talking like in the back of the headrest and blah blah, hanging or whatever. It's totally true. And then people would just be playing these screens, even though there wasn't anybody in the car.
That was the funniest.
And I was like, oh, it's like I've got money for screens. I've got screen money.
Did you ever see what was the most egregious screen placement you've ever seen?
Screen placement. I guess I guess driver
Steering wheel?
yeah, like just like me either the visor,
Yeah.
like that point,
Yeah.
or replacing the rearview mirror, not as a camera rearview mirror system,
as
but just like it
a-
folds down and it just covers it up, and then whatever.
I saw back in the day. First off, disclaimer, full disclosure. When I was in college, 2000 to 2004, I sold mad weed,
Okay.
and I spent my money on dumb shit. And I had an Explorer.
Okay.
Well, technically, it was a Mercury Mountaineer. Do you remember what that is? It was the
of
Mercury version of the Ford Explorer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alternate universe.
I don't know why I
There were a lot of alternate universe cars.
I don't know why I changed that, because
The
people
phaser,
who
the
listen to
laser.
the show know what a Mercury Mountaineer is. But I had a Mercury Mountaineer, and I got a fucking system. I had the Alpine flip out.
Yeah. Oh, that comes out,
It was
flips
a
up.
3-row
Head
SUV.
unit. Yeah.
So I had 4 more TVs in the headrests, TVs for the middle row. I had TVs for the 3rd row. I had 5 TVs in the truck. I had a full like a custom box made for the back, speakers. I had the 1st gen XM radio, and I even had the XM DVR. There was a DVR for XM,
right.
which was crazy. So I had that was my truck, and it was silly, but we used to roll fucking 7 deep sometimes,
Yeah.
like watching The Sopranos. Fucking we'd take road trips.
That's cool.
I would not drive around with the TVs on by myself. I will say that. I wasn't that ridiculous.
I'm glad to hear this.
But I did drive around with the TVs on with people watching the fucking
Okay.
TVs.
Well-
There's a DVD player in the truck.
But it's functional. You were using it.
It was fucking, drug
Yeah.
dealer rich, but but we did use them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That being said, in New York City, I once saw an Escalade there was the long Escalade, the suburban length Escalade, and in the back side windows, the back windows in the trunk, it had like big screen TVs facing out.
No.
No,
No, that's illegal. That's a huge violation.
You ever see someone driving around watching porn? I saw that a couple times.
I think I might have.
Yeah, I
in
saw
New
that.
York for sure.
New York.
New
It
York
was a
for
New-
sure, because
very
you're
New
like
York thing.
stuck super dense traffic, and they know, and they're getting off on knowing that people can see the shit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Door card. That's
A door card TV and
takes
then
up
a
the whole
dashboard
door.
TV. That TV meets up with the TV, and there's 2 TVs on top of that.
Oh my lord. I mean, yeah.
6 big, and big 32-inch rims on cars. That
Yeah.
guy's got a flip out 25-inch flip down.
Yeah, no,
So
no,
silly.
thank you, no, thank you. It's too much. Yeah, that's what that whole video is just about. Because it's like I don't mind people customizing cars and whatever. Everyone's got their flavor. It's expression and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But just sometimes, and I realize also when I might have said this last time too, but it was an important thing for me to realize when I bitch about shit, it's more that I'm just disappointed. You know what I mean? I'm not like that person's an asshole or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not really that. It's just like you could have done some great stuff with it. And obviously, my opinion, I totally understand that. However, I'm like, you could have made that so dope. Like, why?
The weirdest shit I've ever seen on cars was at the Funkmaster Flex Celebrity Car Show in New Jersey.
Oh no,
2005.
That's kind of
6.
different though. It's like art.
I saw a Toyota 4Runner.
Oh, no.
That had $100 bills, real ones, shellacked. Like someone laid hundreds all over their car and just shellacked them on. And then the interior floor, they took out all the carpet, and it was marble. They put a marble
Well, see,
floor. It was
okay.
amazing.
That's
same truck.
That's
I'm
okay.
not talking about 2 different trucks. That's the same shit.
No, I get it. It's matching. It is matching. It's made of 24 karat gold. I mean, now it starts to sound like an art, like an installation, right? It's like a Matthew Barney shit or something. But I mean, and that's to me that's okay. But it's just like some cats when they're just driving around. I'm like, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
choices.
Have you ever seen Bosozoku in Japan? That's like where it gets
that's
really with the giant
So
pipes.
cool.
And
But why is it so? That's cool.
That is cool. That's fun.
I love
That's
that.
Just silly for
It's
silliness.
like style. It's like I'm going to be fucking ridiculous. It's all peacocking. You know? It's just like art peacocking.
But I feel like there's so much more creativity and
Look
work
at that one.
to
That
these
thing,
than there is to
look
just
at that exhaust.
like
Yeah.
painting shellacking dollar bills on your car is just going, I have enough money
Yes.
for lacquer at Home Depot.
It's like, look at the
These
audacity.
The
bills. This
irony
like-
is, like a really nice paint job would cost more than all those $100
Totally true.
bills shellacked onto a car.
True.
I mean,
Like
really
a nice
real
paint
money.
job is like $30,000-$40,000. And there was not $30,000 or $40,000 in hundreds on this car.
But not everybody knows that a nice paint job costs that much. But everybody knows a $100 bill.
No, most people think a nice paint job costs $2,000 or $5,000.
Yeah, that's true.
People
do think that
it costs $40,000 or $50,000.
Well, it's like with it, with anything. It's like, oh yeah.
Oh, that Devin. Okay, thanks, Devin. We appreciate your comment. Has
Thank
nothing
you.
to do with today's show.
Thank you, Devin.
Reggie, why does Diet Dr. Pepper taste better than regular Dr. Pepper?
Oh, I'm so glad.
Is that an inside James Corden show joke? I'm sorry if I don't know it.
I don't know if it is, and I'm not sure how. I think either they just had a random question that happens to line up with something that I am pretty passionate about. Could be. Because it sounds like someone being random, but anyways, I don't know why, but I do love Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't drink it very often, but when I'll get a craving for it, and it just tastes great. I love it.
All right.
Out of all my diet drinks,
is there Mexican Diet Dr. Pepper that has like real fake sugar?
Yeah,
that's better?
Real fake sugar. Yeah, like real extra fake.
I don't
sugar.
drink a lot of soda. I really try not to, and I haven't drank like full sugar soda in a really long time.
Man, that's crazy to me.
The first time when I first moved to LA and I tasted a Mexican Coke, I was like, "Whoa, this is not what we're drinking."
Yeah, no, it's truly noticeable.
You know what I liked? Mexican Fanta. Mexican orange Fanta is pretty fire.
Really?
Yeah, it is pretty fire.
Okay.
Crandy, it seems like we already answered his question. Chris, on this one's an interesting one. From a musician's point of view, what car has the best exhaust note?
Ooh, Naviu. That's a great last name. I've heard, I guess if you're talking stock, I mean, it's terrible, but I really like the way here's my immediate answer. I really like the way my 911 sounds. I love the sound, especially on the inside. I don't really get to hear it on the outside very much.
It sounds good on the outside too.
But yeah, it's good. It's contained, it's subdued. You know, it's got the particulate filter, so it's a little bit more subdued. And I don't have sports exhaust on it because I don't like my cars loud. But it's got a note that just it feeds my excitement in a really amazing way. I've heard some BMW M cars that have sounded very, very nice. Like just the way that they were meant to be designed, the way that they sound really great. But that Zonda, that was I don't like loud cars, but that was the first loud car, and I'm talking loud.
Loud V12s are good.
I didn't know what was happening to me, and when I heard that, I was like, I've never heard that sound in my life before.
What did you end up driving or riding in on Jay's garage when you did that?
Oh, it's what is it? I don't know. Am I supposed to tell him or not? No, we haven't shot it yet. I'm not sure if I should tell. But I feel like maybe I already did say something about it.
No, you just last time I asked you, you said you just forgot what the name of the car was.
Oh, I got you. I will. Yeah, maybe.
It's okay. I don't want to get you in trouble.
For safety, I'll say no.
Right,
I'll let you know afterwards.
Okay,
but just keep the mics open.
I was just curious. It's not a.
No, I'm excited about it. It's
cool.
an insane vehicle.
Oh, William Kraft. Yeah, he was. So I went on Spike's show a couple weeks ago and I called him out for sucking up to the designer of Tesla, and I recommend you listen to that.
Which is. What was that? Why did you mention that? Was there something?
Oh, someone read. Yeah, someone just mentioned it.
Good.
Mike,
I'm glad. Thank you.
Mike Manillo, what is the one car you wish you never sold?
Oh, maybe the TTRS.
They're nice.
They're fun.
They're good cars.
I really liked it. If I could have kept it, I would have. I think
they're very nice cars. I like those. I don't regret selling any of my cars. I don't. By the time I get to the point where I sell the car, it's gone anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I enjoyed those cars, and I'm glad that I got rid of them without regret.
Totally.
I was never like forced to sell a car. I'm fortunate. Like I didn't. It's not like I needed the money and I had to get rid of it, or my wife said I had to get rid of it, or anything like that. Like everything I got rid of because I was over it, or I made a profit or something. So pretty happy with my current situation.
I don't, and to be clear, like it's not that I regret. It's just more like, that'd be nice if I still had it.
Yeah. David Cargo, have we heard about the plane powered by an air-cooled 911 engine? I have heard about that. Yeah, you can put air-cooled 911 engines in aircraft.
Wow.
A lot of aircraft, shockingly, are air-cooled.
Yes,
propeller aircraft.
Yeah.
And so
makes sense.
And a lot of the airplane engines are 911 style engines anyway.
Yes.
And so yes, I have heard of that. It is a thing. Solitary Hero, please give me your blessings to buy a vintage Seiko off eBay. I don't know where else to turn for one. Okay. I would not buy a vintage Seiko on eBay. I would go to DC Vintage Watches. You can search them on Instagram, and they are a vintage Seiko specialty dealer. They're very good people. Everything they sell is real. I would just buy it from them. I wouldn't. I got personally fucked buying a Seiko on eBay, vintage Seiko that turned out to be bunk, and I just, even though they have their authenticity guarantee, I'm sure that's a good thing, but like, I still just wouldn't. I would just buy it from a professional.
Hell yeah.
DC Vintage Watches. Check them out. Nate says, Reggie, I have a pair of JH Audio JH16s. Suggestions on a DAC to enjoy Apple Music lossless. I don't know what that means. Take it away, Reg.
Well, I would say like a nice there's been a buttload of DACs. So they're like these like little they basically process sound post the sound that you would normally get just with the amplifier that's inherent in the phone. So it sweetens up the audio quite a bit. And if you're running a high res file, it only makes sense to make the pipeline as wide as possible. So they're just like little dongles that fit with your Lightning adapter, or if you have an Android phone. And then there's just a little hole to a little 1/8 inch for your headphones, and that's it.
I feel like someone might have given me one of those at one point.
Yeah,
I might have gotten it with a
Firefly
pair
or
of
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly, that's the one I know. Yeah,
Dragonfly is a great one. Audio Quest.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing. I haven't kept up on these that much, but I do see once in a while there'll be like some new hot, or actually a guy to check out is I think let me get his name because he's awesome. He's got so much. Actually, you'd like his aesthetic. He's quite. Oh yeah, it's just Darko Audio.
Darko Audio.
Yeah, he's amazing. But there's one right now. There's a DAC, the KN, and
this
Feel.
right here.
Yeah,
Cayenne, CAYIN.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a little dongle.
Yeah,
that's what that is. Got it.
Yeah, and those are really sweet. I would just check out. There's a bunch out there right now, but the Audio Quest series, and there's a couple levels within it. They're pretty great. But if you want to go like high end again, just like cross-reference a lot of reviews, but this guy's great. I trust all the shit that he says.
I saw a Name just came out with a giant headphone amp. It's like
really?
the size of a home theater amp.
Oh my God.
But it's just for headphones.
Of course.
It's like a beast.
It's probably like way overpowered.
It is a huge beast.
Well, that's the thing. It's like cars, right? It's like headphones, especially over ear. And obviously you've got closed back, you've got open back, you've got over ear, on ear, whatever. But usually over ear, chunky, hi-fi headphones. More overpowered the amp, the better, because it works less.
Christian got me these Audeze open backs.
Those are great.
And they're amazing. They sound incredible, but I can't like take them with me.
Are they LCD4s?
That sounds right.
Really?
Yeah,
if they are, that's one of the holy grail
They're amazing.
headphones.
I don't know if that's right, but that sounds right. They're amazing, but they're open back, and so everyone else in the room can hear what I'm listening to.
It's a hi-fi room headphone.
Yeah. So I can't like take them on the plane.
Yeah, no. And you wouldn't want to. No, you shouldn't. You should not take those.
Yeah. Anonymity sent a link for a Minidisc player, but reminds us that the radio frequencies for JDM radios don't work in America.
Oh, that's okay. I don't care about radio. I just want the Minidisc player.
But that's pretty cool, that one.
It's big.
It's big.
But that's a double din,
One of the units I saw was just a Minidisc player.
Oh, okay.
That wouldn't look good in a 911.
Somebody will find this for you. Don't worry. When this show goes up, someone will find it for you. All right. Thank you for Prashant and Dan. Thank you very much for joining.
Thanks for your sick-ass questions, man. Yeah. So sweet.
Reggie, thank you for coming down.
Man, thank you for having me.
Appreciate the extra hour.
Yeah, I love the chats, man, always.
See you Friday?
Yeah, I will be there Friday.
We have the M5, the matte black car outside, the M5 CS that I just got. Yeah.
Gorgeous. I love to see that in the sun.
Super powerful, and it's light it's got like 200 pounds of weight reduction.
Oh, sick.
So it goes like a motherfucker. I just got it today, so I have not had a lot of experience in it yet, but by all accounts, goes like a motherfucker. So
me likes the sound of that.
Yeah. That should be good. Zach, anything else to promote? No?
Nope.
Watch Reggie on James Corden.
I there. Always.
Watch Reggie special on Netflix. It's still
watch
up, I think.
Yeah,
Is your
watch
special
the
up on Netflix?
Someday I'll have a new special, but yes.
Someday, one day.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
When you're not so busy with James Corden.
No, just when a studio goes like, yeah, we'd like to do your special.
Oh yeah, that helps. Yeah. Hey, studios, get fucking on it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And I have found a race car for Two Bears Racing. It's not the one we talked about on the show, which was sold, but that guy set me up with another guy who set me up with another guy.
Oh, wow.
Who builds those cars as a job.
Oh,
so
good.
we're
At the source.
So it's handled. We went to the source.
Yeah.
The source is in Sacramento, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That's
Sac
okay.
source.
Yeah.
so far.
Do you want to come maybe with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer and myself and do some endurance racing?
Where?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, I like it.
I'm not in charge
When you
of
say
where.
endurance racing, what are you talking about?
Like long car races
Yeah.
with multiple drivers.
Oh, I love that.
To share.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
100%.
Yeah, it's a whole
I would
thing.
love that. That's like been a dream of mine for a long time. I
It's
just love
fun.
that.
It's really fun.
the
And when it's
best.
a team
Enduro.
sport, it's great.
Yeah, I
Keep
love
that
it.
car lapping for 12 hours.
I love it.
Brilliant.
I love it.
We will add you to the driver's list. And the car that we're getting is like comfortable for bigger dudes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're all like kind of the same size. We're all fucking
Yeah,
like
that's important.
Two bears,
especially
three
for,
bears.
endurance. Man.
Yeah, a comfortable race car for endurance
A
racing is
comfortable
very,
race
very
car.
important. It's not like I've tried to drive little ass race cars before. Trust me, a comfortable race car is way underrated.
Oh man, I'm telling you. I very quickly. I drove my 911 from Montana a few times, all the way to LA, and those.
What a great
I got
drive.
those 18-way sports seats or whatever,
Yeah.
or sportish seats. Fucking comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like really
You can do
comfortable.
12-hour days in that car, no problem.
God, I was like,
Is that a 3-day drive for you or 2-day drive?
it's 2 day. I did do it in 1 day once.
You did it Montana to LA
Ish.
in 1
Yeah,
day?
1 day ish.
That's a
Like a
bomb.
little over. Yeah, it was. I was
bomb.
zombie by the
Yeah.
end of it. I shouldn't have been on the road.
If you stop, where do you stop? Like St. George or Vegas?
I'll do actually Denver.
Oh wow. Montana to Denver in 1 day and then Denver to LA in a
Yeah.
day. That's 2 really long days.
Yeah, but
Denver to LA is a fucking haul.
Yeah, it's 12 to 16.
it really is. Once you psychologically get past, once you get to Vegas, psychologically it kind of opens
You're basically
up.
there.
True.
Yeah, you're basically there, and those lanes coming out of Vegas are like the cleanest,
Yeah.
newest, widest. You just open it up.
But
and-
that section through the Virgin Gorge, the 70 coming out of Denver is incredible.
Yeah.
And then going that bit between St. George and Vegas is quite excellent. Where
On
you
the
go
15th.
downhill through that gorge. It's
oh my
quite
God.
good.
It's great. If you get good drivers or if you get if there's openness,
Yeah.
man, it's the best feeling in the
But
world.
if you were going to do that drive in 2 days, there's not many better cars to do it in than that 911.
It was great. Plus, I
Yeah.
found a couple some cruisers as I got because there's like a weird psychological barrier, another psychological barrier that happens. There's like at the edge of LA,
Right.
It becomes LA.
Yeah.
Like the driving,
Yeah.
the style of driving becomes LA, and it's very aggressive.
Yeah.
And there's always like people in cars that shouldn't be driving as fast as they are driving very fast on the freeway. And so, but once in a while, I remember there was a Turbo S, 997 Turbo S. There was kids in a souped-up A4, like a late 90s A4, and we
Mobbing.
were just cruising through traffic, and it was such a wonderful. And at the end of it, the kids were like, "Yeah, man!" It was like, "Yeah, man!" And that really pepped me up. So they saved
When
me.
we go up to film very early in the morning in the mountains, the people that commute over Angeles Crest and Angeles Forest
wow.
from Palmdale to LA, there's some okay cars too, but there's some like real shit boxes, and these guys are fucking mobbing, and you're like, this dude does not have the equipment for the speeds that they're doing like at all.
No.
Taking their life into their hands every day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Thanks, Reggie. Appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Follow Reggie on all the places. You can find him in all the places.
I be there.
And we'll have a crew show later this week after I drive I won't be able to talk about it. The GT4. I'm driving GT4 RS tomorrow.
Nice.
Should be fun, but I can't talk about it until March 22nd.
What?
Embargoes.
Okay, we've driven a lot of stuff. in the
We've
last
driven
2
a lot
weeks.
of things, so we'll have lots to talk about.
Okay, well, we got to talk about this when
All
this
right.
is not happening.
Good night.